guys! Okay, so I am back to have another play with my man's best friend journal, which is my design team project for Kerr over at Happiness in Crafting. And I haven't got far since the last video, but what I have done is I have, for a start off, glued this together. I'm going to sew around these main pages, but I've glued it together rather than just holding it with a paper clip. But I have inked on the insides of all of these pocket pages, so that when they are sewn around, that little inky hole on the inside looks more, I don't know, in keeping. Once I've sewn around them, I will just ink as well. But yeah, so I've done them. And then I have done these pages too. Oops. And I've had to just wait before I could do any more because these pages needed to dry. Because I inked them, didn't ink them, sorry, I glued them together. As I showed in the last video, it was one sheet of paper that I folded in half just to create one page. Yep, so of course they needed folding in half and gluing, because I'm not going to sew around these ones, but of course, like I said, they needed gluing together. And then I needed to stick them under some heavy books to keep them flat, and now they need cutting, so I'm going to get on with that. And then I think the next step will be to sew. Might do that in this video, but I'm not altogether sure. We're done for that anyway. Let's put that back up there. Let's get rid of these. Straight in the bin with them. I'm not saving any. Shock horror. I know, I'm not saving scraps. Oh, my scraps. Wow, I really seriously need to get rid of my scraps. I've got loads and loads and just don't use them. Okay, so we have what's going to be a pocket page, a normal page, and then we're going to have that. Although I think actually I'm going to put that first because I like the way the bigger page frames it. So we'll have that, then one of them, that's one of them, not that, one of them, and so on. Like that. Like so. Okay, and yep, that should be that way. Okay, I didn't think I'd done enough then, but yeah, that is looking good to me. It's coming along nicely. Yes. Alright, so I'm now ready to sew, so I think I will just pop off and get bring the sewing machine into play. Hi guys! Okay, so we're all sorted now. The sewing machine, I don't know why I keep wanting to say computer. The sewing machine is all set up. I have just done my test sew on a scrap piece of paper like I always do, and that is fine. So we can sew. I'll keep that bobbin to one side because there's not very much in that one there. So we'll pop that down there. We'll pop the scissors over there. Sorry. And yes, so let's have a sew. Alright, so I'm going to start on this bottom corner here. What I failed to do was, before I sealed that up, I was actually going to sew around that bit too. And I am actually going to do that with the others, so I need to actually very carefully open this back up, which isn't much of an issue. Just along this bottom edge here, not much of an issue, because I used art glitter glue and it were only a couple of hours ago I did that, so it's not fully, well, it is dry, but it'll be fine. Okay, it has opened enough for me to use it anyway, so I'm going to just line that up there, and then off we go. Oh no, zigzag stitch. I don't want to do a zigzag stitch, for goodness sake. Idiot. I wanted to do a straight stitch. Right, I'll have to unpick that. Sorry guys. Honestly. If I had brains, I would be very dangerous. Do you know that? Right, I've got a little unpicky tool here, a thread unpicker, which I'll just pull that out. It'd be right. Oh, no, don't throw it in me hot chocolate. Oh my goodness. It's going to be one of them videos, guys, do you know? And I need to drink that hot chocolate before it goes cold. Right, put that back down onto normal stitch. 0. Open it up, and then I don't sew the thing together. Pop it back in. Pop it down. Let's go forward and backwards. Do a little straight back stitch, I mean. Now we're going to go one little stitch at a time around this corner, and I know you might find that boring, but okay, stop and move it over and carry on. That's just how I do it. Okay, now we're coming to the end, so I will just back stitch that bit there, and then we'll pop it out, because I'm going to sew down that bottom bit there now anyway. Okay, so now I can put it together. So we've got that edge there now, so now I can put it together and we'll go around the edges, well, with it closed. So I'm going to start in this bottom corner here. I'm going to line it up as best I can. Okay. And we will backstitch and we will speed it up just a little bit. Wow, okay guys, I'm back, and my sewing machine just sewed through this absolutely beautifully. It went so smoothly and it looks so nice. Now it's been done. You probably can barely see it, but yeah, I love it. It looks great. Looks great. Okay, so that's the front one, that's the back one. Love it. Fabulous. Okay, so I have, as I said, gone around these ones, the decorative pages, and yes, they look fabulous. And some of them are not too bad. Not too bad. Some of them are absolutely atrocious. That's not too bad. A little bit off there. That one's fairly decent. There are some really bad ones. Not too bad, little bit there. Way out on that one. Way out on that one. Again on that one. Way out down there. Not too bad with that one. That one is probably the most perfect one of them all. It's pretty much spot on. It could be better, but it's pretty much spot on. So there we go. That is all of them done. Now what I need to do is just ink around them. So I will, you know, just to make them blend in a little bit more. So I will get out my, this is just a piece of vellum that I was using, and I'll turn it over and we'll start afresh. We'll grab that brush and we will grab the vintage, well actually I'm not, I was using Vintage Photo on the last one when I did the insides, but I'm actually going to use antique linen on the outside. So I'm going to have a, just see what, and it's got sparkles in it, not sparkles but glitter in it. So let's just have a see what that does. And that blends it in really nicely. So, yes. I'm going to just go around it with antique linen. Yes, that's blending in really nicely there. So I'm going to do that front and back all the way around, but I will spare you that. So don't worry, I'll just do this one and then I'll go off camera. Sorry, I just headbutted you and I'm out of focus. Really sorry, guys. Very distracted this video. Yeah, I didn't film any of the sewing around apart from the one that I did with you guys. I just turned it off, put some music on, stuck some music on my phone through my Bluetooth speaker, and just off I went in my own little world. I get things done quicker. I find if I'm filming, even when I'm just speeding it up, I spend more time kind of not obsessing but paying attention to what the camera's doing than what I'm doing, and I get very easily distracted, and it still takes just as long as it does when I'm talking to you guys and filming. So yeah, it's easier just to turn off and get on with it and then come back. Sometimes I don't mind filming and and speeding up with music if it's relatively simple, but sewing doesn't come that naturally to me, so it takes a lot of concentration. Okay, now I'm happy with that, and that's the one that I forgot to sew down that edge on it, but I'm really happy with the way that's blended in now. Yeah, I think antique linen was definitely the way to go. I saw one around the edges. Oh dear me and my rounded edges. Excuse me, obsession. But I really want to do it. Right, so I'm not going to bother, pardon me, inking these. I'm just going to ink around the stitching on them. Best thing about using white thread is whatever colour you ink is whatever colour that thread turns. So Although we've sawn around it, it's now less visible, more decorative. So yeah, like I said, I will just go off camera and get that done, and then I will come back, but I'll spare you all that. I'm not even going to speed it up. Okay guys, I'll see you in a sec.